that there was an incident in we believe, inside a dance studio in Monterey Park. Happening at around 10:20 tonight. There was a Lunar New Year celebration happening with elderly members of the Chinese American community inside when someone started shooting. 9 people were killed from that gunfire, several other people injured.
U.S. Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin was hoping to deliver better news to his Ukrainian counterpart at the Ramstein air base. But there was to be no commitment from Germany that it would send its Leopard tanks to Ukraine. This lack of a concrete timeline is despite Germany's NATO allies and Ukraine itself pressuring hard for the tanks to be sent. Some fear that sending Leopard tanks could mean an escalation of the war and drag NATO into a direct confrontation with Russia.
The Baltic states of Latvia, Estonia and Lithuania made a joint call to Germany to send its battle tanks in Ukraine. This comes as Ukraine reported increased Russian shelling in its eastern regions. The statement by the 3 nations was made on Saturday after Germany and Western allies reached no decision on sending Berlin's Leopard 2 tanks to Ukraine or permit other countries that have the same to do so. Following Russia's invasion of Ukraine, these nations fear that they can meet the same fate in future. Germany's defense minister said that he would visit Ukraine soon. He added that Berlin was in close dialogue with the United States and other international partners regarding the issue. However, United Kingdom has donated a former military search and rescue helicopter to Ukraine. Ukraine's defense minister thanked his British counterpart for the donation. Taking to social media, Ukraine's defense minister on Saturday said that the vehicle was a strong reinforcement for the Ukrainian Navy.
I think they're doing 2 things. One is they're letting the government know in increasing numbers each week how important the judiciary, the judicial system and not tampering with it is to them. What they're afraid of, what they're saying to the government is Israel is a democracy. There's no reason to change it, and certainly not to make the kind of changes that you announced a week after taking office again. Didn't put this kind of detail before the public before the elections, and the implications are going to be huge. They're really going to affect the balance of power. One of the things that the radical overhaul wants is to return sovereignty, says the Justice Minister, to the Parliament.
Burkina Faso's military rulers have given French troops 1 month to leave the country. Anti-French demonstrations have been held in the capital Ouagadougou against the French military presence. Many say the former colonial power has failed to improve security. According to the United Nations, thousands of people have been killed in Burkina Faso since 2015 and nearly 3 million displaced in violence linked to armed groups.
Is more political trouble for U.S. President Joe Biden. This is after the FBI searched his home, his private home in Wilmington, Delaware this weekend and found 6 additional classified documents. Now, this is after the White House announced earlier this month that the president's attorneys had found a, quote, small number of classified documents at one of his former offices shortly before the midterm elections were held.
Turkish officials have strongly condemned Sweden for allowing Rasmus Paludan, a convicted racist, to burn a copy of the Quran, the Muslim holy book, in front of the Turkish embassy in Stockholm on Saturday. Turkey's director of communications also called on Sweden to stop the spread of hate speech in the country. The foreign minister criticized the decision by Sweden to grant Paludan permission to go ahead with his plans.
Hate crimes and racism cannot be called freedom of thought. It is not so according to Swedish laws, and it is not so according to the decision of the Council of Europe.